Yo, what's up, it's Kinetic here, and today I'm going to be doing something that I haven't done in like almost 2 years at this point. Oh my god! That's right, reading your comments is back. This was actually originally going to be a Kinetic chat, and then I just went, that's reading your comments. So let me give some context behind why this video exists. I made a video not too long ago where I explained that I was kind of not interested in making videos as much as I used to because it started feeling formulaic. But this one person who's been watching my content for a long time and also been leaving comments by the name of Brody X.c, yes that's right, this video is dedicated to you, left this really long but also really heartwarming comment. So it starts off with, I think you've been winded. Really, YouTube is a lot of work for little reward. Yes, this has been a hobby of mine since 2012, starting off with the generic Windows Movie Maker videos, then moving on to recording with my phone, then moving on to vlogs and other things like that. Like it started moving slowly, but yeah, it really does take the wind out of you when you record videos pretty much every single Saturday. Sometimes you take a break because you have videos planned, but a lot of the times it does take the wind out of you. Like it's fun recording, and then getting to the editing process, it can be a bit tedious when you're just rushing videos out, which is why I've started trying it. Guess, okay, I'm not gonna, that was a small typo, I'm not gonna, I guess it's been 2 or 3 years now I've been watching your videos, and the first one I saw was a rosinytp. Well, thank you. Now, this is where it starts getting really heartwarming. You're one of the most consistently enjoyable personalities on the website, I think. I can't tell why you haven't had more success than some others who are borderline insufferable. I have no such explanations. I do know that you're working in largely dead mediums, frankly Let's Plays and YTPs, as much as I and others enjoy them, are dead in the water for views. The algorithm doesn't fool with them. Yeah, Let's Plays, unless your channel is already big, like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie, if you try to build your content on Let's Plays and YTPs these days, like I am, you pretty much get nowhere. If you want a sketch comedy, you want to do reviews, if your channel isn't already large, it's really difficult to grow. But the other part is you're one of the most consistently enjoyable personalities on the website, I think. Now, obviously that doesn't mean anything to anyone else except for Brody. But for Brody to actually say a channel of my size is one of the most consistently enjoyable, saying that I'm one of the most consistently enjoyable personalities. Yeah, people, a lot of YouTubers, I will admit, can be quite insufferable, you know, like boosting the brightness of a video. I mean, I kind of do that for vlogs anyway, but you know, but they do that, and then they're always like, oh, everything has to be moving, oh, there's something moving on the screen, you're talking so fast, oh, there's always there's like a funny edit every single 2 fucking seconds. Not only that, but you don't seem to participate in trends. You're a true original and legitimately interesting. That and your choice of content is what makes you worth watching in my eyes. Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of the joining with trends, because to me personally, like say, oh, Among Us came out, let's do a video on Among Us, and even that, let's not just do one video, let's do like 17 videos on Among Us, and then the trend dies. Oh, what's the next trend? Oh, it's this game. Okay, get that game. Oh, what's the next trend after that one? It's that game. Like, I just play whatever I want, because to me personally, when someone follows trends, it just seems like they're trend chasing, because they literally are trend chasing. It feels like less, I want to play this game because it seems fun, and more, I want to play this game because I know it's popular and it will give me a lot of views, and probably even a lot of subs. And I'm just not that kind of person. Like, even when I ironically say, oh, let's get this video to 50 likes, let's get my channel to 1 million subs by the end of the year, like, I'm obviously joking around, like, I don't care. I mean, it would be nice, but I know it's not in my, you know what I'm trying to say. Now, obviously the next part is about, obviously, how YouTubers upload, and yeah, I get that they have editors, you know, in regards However, to your question of how other YouTubers upload once or twice a day, they most likely have editors. Most large YouTube personalities function as nothing more than advertising jockeys, frankly, so they have advertising jockeys, frankly, so they have more resources. I mean, it's like, here's a loud person that appeals to your juvenile qualities. They like your product, you will too, or you will too. You are not so cheap, I think. Wow. Yeah, okay, so if for whatever reason I ever got my channel big enough to actually have advertisers actually try to advertise their product, I have some level of standard. If for whatever reason I ever get sponsors, I won't just accept any old sponsor. The sponsor has to be either a game or a product or a software that I actually use myself. So if like Raid Shadow Legends tries to sponsor me for whatever reason, I'll obviously decline them. But if say I get a sponsorship from, I don't know, Battery Staple Games, who make 20XX and 30XX, say they sponsored me, I would accept it wholeheartedly, and I'd be more than willing to shell out for that game because that's a great game. Or say Skull Candy, say for example millions of people started buying this particular brand, the Skull Candy Uproar. I personally say that these are actually really good for budget headphones, and if Skull Candy sponsored me, I would happily shell out. But obviously if it was just a generic game that I'd never heard of, never played, no, fuck off. I don't want to have sponsors from something that I just don't fucking care about. Unfortunately, the cult of celebrity and trends has infiltrated every last drop of our culture, even the internet, a shadow of its former Wild West self. I mean, have you seen the trending page these days? It's barely even a trending page. Like what part of trending do people not understand? Like a video gets like 3 million views in the first hour, not trending. Fucking Stephen Colbert or someone getting like 100,000 views in the first week. Trend that immediately. What? It only has 1,000 views at the moment? Boost that up on trending. The smaller people? No, you kind of have to prove yourself. But the celebrities, the people from TV, yeah, it's not even a trending page at this point. For the past few years, it's never been a trending page. It's just what we deem at YouTube to be trendy. But nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit. There could be a 52 million view video, not even on trending, but it's being outclassed by a fucking celebrity or talk show host with like 300,000 views and about 100k subs on trending. The best anybody in your field can hope for is to either be borderline perfect and then get noticed by YouTube, or to simply be in the right place at the right time. Yeah, maybe I'm reading you wrong, and feel free to correct me. I'll correct you right now, you stupid. I'm fucking kidding, and I wonder why nobody likes me. But I think you and I are both remnants of an earlier period in the internet. I haven't watched a video from YouTube's recommended section in 5 or 6 years. Frankly, modern popular culture got away from me completely a year or more ago. You and I both remember the freedom that the platform used to have. Now it is regulated, and the slightest misstep can have extreme consequences. Simply put, there's too many normies. I absolutely agree with this, 100%. Yeah, there are way too many normies on YouTube these days, and even on the internet in general. And yeah, we have pretty much been, like you say you haven't watched anything from YouTube's recommended section in 5 to 6 years. Luckily, I'm lucky enough to only get recommendations from content creators that I actually watch. So say for example I'm watching Cat Icarus, and YouTube on the sidebar will be like, hey, here's another video that you can recommend, and it's another Cat Icarus video, probably one that I've already seen. But sometimes, randomly, like I'm watching, say, Tear of Grace, and all of a sudden the sidebar is all kids channels. All of them. Like I haven't, like maybe I'll watch a video on someone making fun of kids channels, and then like 2 or 3 videos later, the entire, and I mean the entire sidebar is just kids channels, nursery rhymes, Peppa Pig, and shit like that. And I'm like, where did this come from? Why is YouTube recommending this to me? Forgive me for being so long-winded. I encourage you to take breaks from YouTube as you need to. Fill your time with other things. Pursue knowledge, and the wisdom to execute it. Pursue art, get into gardening, carpentry, masonry, makeup, painting, anything substantive. Relax only when you must. Idle hands do the devil's work. I truly believe that. Well, I do actually take breaks. I don't just make videos every single day. I mean, sometimes I do have breaks, but I get what you mean. You mean like take longer breaks than just a few days, or maybe even just longer than a week. Like stop uploading, stop worrying about YouTube and all that. But I don't know, but knowledge, wisdom, execute, pursue art. I mean, every now and then I do try to branch out into other things. Like I have, for the longest time I've wanted to be a game developer, but I'm just so terrible because I never put the, well, I was going to say I never put the time into it, but I do try my best to put time to other things other than YouTube. But I'm just not good at anything else. I'm really not. Like now, here's the last part. And I didn't expect to read everything word for word, but here it is. For now, even if it's just me, I'm here, as I have been. If you leave YouTube, I support you completely. There is simply not much left here. If you stay, I will support you to the best of my ability. I'm getting older now, with less time for the things I used to enjoy. You are here too. Maybe it doesn't feel like it, but it's a good thing. Life is changing and growing. Being the best we can be. You feel bad because by all means you're stuck. Find something you enjoy and stick with it, but never stop moving forward. I have no idea how long this took you to type up, Brody, but I know you're probably watching this video, and I have replied, but I feel like this here is a more personal version than just typing up a comment replying to you, because you can actually see my reactions. Now obviously this isn't my first time reading all this, but it still gets to me. I honestly have to say thank you for typing up this massive comment. It really, really means a lot. And I actually did start putting more effort in, because even by the time this comment went up and the video went up and Brody commented, I had already started trying to add more effort, so I actually started having fun again. I started going to bed at a reasonable time, like instead of like 4 or 3, the latest I would say maybe 2, and then I started going to bed a bit earlier, and then I started getting up earlier, and instead of worrying about editing, you know, I'm actually going to try to go to bed earlier. I'm going to have fun with my editing. I'm not going to rush the videos out. Like, I'm a quick editor. I am a quick editor. Like, I can get a short, like maybe 10-minute long video out in maybe 4 hours, even with some pretty decent edits, some cutouts, some zoom-ins, some funny edits. Like, you know, green screening and all that, I can do that in like 4 or 5 hours. It's not hard, but the fact is I stopped doing it. So, anyway, enough of me rambling, but this is... Honestly, I want to say that this video is dedicated to you, Brody. Thank you so much for staying for 2 or 3 years. Like, you started off watching a Michael rosinytp from me. I have no idea how you got to my channel. Maybe you were watching another Michael rosinytp and my video ended up showing up recommendations. But one thing I have to say is, you could have easily just watched that one video, said, it was alright, maybe leave a like, and then just left. But instead you decided to stay. You decided to stay for 2 to 3 years, and I honestly have to say, thank you, Brody. I'm not sure if that's your real name. It might not be your real name, it might be a pseudonym. But I see you here as Brody X.c, and I'm gonna call you Brody. Thank you so much for staying. This was a tough video to make because I've just been I've been feeling like I'm gonna cry. Tears of joy, by the way, tears of joy. But yeah, before I start rambling again, I just want to say again, thank you. So anyway, I've been your host Pika Kinana. It's been reading your comments for, and you've all been fantastic, especially you, Brody. So until the next video, I say bye.